Tony Beets, affectionately known as the King of the Klondike, is one of the most iconic figures in modern-day gold mining. Whether you're a fan of Gold Rush or simply fascinated by stories of incredible perseverance, Tony's tale is one of grit, daring, and the enduring bonds of family. From his humble beginnings in the Netherlands to his rise as a gold mining legend, Tony Beets has built more than just an empire. He has crafted a legacy that extends far beyond the gold-laden fields of the Yukon. From humble beginnings to the Klondike frontier. Before becoming a mining magnate, Tony Beets was just a young man from Wijdeens, Netherlands. Growing up in a small village, Tony's life revolved around hard work and dreams of something bigger. At just 18 years old, he made the bold decision to leave everything he knew behind, his family, his home, and the familiar comforts of his small town, for the untamed wilderness of Canada. Tony's journey began far from the glittering allure of gold mining. He worked various odd jobs to make ends meet, including milking cows and working in construction. These jobs taught him the value of hard work, resourcefulness, and resilience, qualities that would later define his approach to mining. It wasn't long before Tony realized his true calling lay in something much more adventurous and daring. With tales of the legendary Klondike Gold Rush echoing in his ears, Tony turned his sights northward to the Yukon. This wild, unforgiving land was a place of harsh winters, unpredictable terrain, and endless opportunity for those brave enough to seize it. Tony arrived in Dawson City with little more than determination and a willingness to work harder than anyone else. Building an empire. Tony's early years in mining were spent learning the ropes as a machine operator. It was here that he honed the skills and instincts that would eventually make him one of the most successful miners in the Klondike. But Tony quickly realized that working for someone else wasn't going to cut it. If he wanted to strike it rich, he needed to take bigger risks. In the mid-1980s, Tony made his first major move by purchasing a gold claim at Paradise Hill. This wasn't just a plot of land, it was the beginning of his empire. Unlike many others who worked their claims with basic tools, Tony was always looking for ways to innovate. He saw potential in old, abandoned dredges, massive machines that had once dominated the mining industry but had long since been retired. Where others saw rusting relics, Tony saw opportunity. He purchased these dredges, restored them, and put them back to work. These machines became the backbone of his operation, allowing him to mine on a scale that few could match. The dredges, combined with Tony's relentless work ethic and sharp business sense, transformed Paradise Hill into one of the most productive gold mines in the region. Entering the spotlight. By the mid-2000s, Tony had established himself as a force to be reckoned with in the mining world. But it wasn't until the reality TV show Gold Rush came calling that his fame truly skyrocketed. The show, which follows the trials and triumphs of miners in the Yukon, was looking for larger-than-life characters to bring their stories to life. Tony Beets, with his booming voice, no-nonsense attitude, and knack for colorful language, was a perfect fit. Gold Rush didn't just showcase Tony's mining prowess, it also brought his family into the spotlight. His wife, Minnie, emerged as the backbone of the Beets operation, managing the logistics and keeping the family grounded. Their children, Kevin, Monica, and Mike, became integral parts of the show, each carving out their own roles in the family business. The show catapulted the Beets family to international fame, turning their day-to-day struggles and successes into a weekly spectacle watched by millions. It also showcased the unique dynamics of a family bound together by both love and the shared burden of maintaining a gold mining empire. The weight of a legacy. While Tony's success has lifted his family to new heights, it has also placed immense pressure on them. Building and maintaining an empire is no small feat, and the weight of Tony's legacy often looms large over his children. Each of them has faced the challenge of carving out their own identity while living in the shadow of their father's monumental achievements. Minnie, Tony's steadfast partner, has been a constant source of support and strength. Their bond, forged through decades of hard work and shared dreams, is the bedrock upon which the Beets empire is built. Meanwhile, their children have navigated the delicate balance of honoring their father's legacy while pursuing their own paths. The heart of the story. At its core, Tony Beets' story isn't just about gold, it's about family, resilience, and the messy, beautiful journey of building something that lasts. His rise from a young Dutch immigrant to one of the Yukon's most successful miners is a testament to the power of grit, determination, and an unshakable belief in one's ability to succeed. But it's also a reminder that success comes with its own set of challenges. For Tony, the real treasure isn't just the gold he's unearthed, It's the legacy he's created for his family and the lessons he's imparted along the way. As Tony Beets continues to mine the Klondike, his story remains one of inspiration and intrigue. Whether you admire his daring business moves, his unyielding work ethic, or the deep bonds he shares with his family, one thing is certain. Tony Beets is a legend whose legacy will endure long after the last nugget of gold is mined. So, what's next for the King of the Klondike? As we follow his journey, one thing is clear. The Beets family story is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be just as compelling as the last. Tony Beets is a name synonymous with grit, ambition, and gold mining, but his story is about more than just striking it rich in the Yukon. It's about a family navigating fame, fortune, and the complex dynamics of working together under the constant gaze of millions. What happens when a man goes from being a tough-as-nails miner to a household name with a hit reality TV show? It's a story of highs, lows, and everything in between. At the heart of Tony's journey is Minnie, his steadfast wife. While Tony commands attention with his larger-than-life personality and fiery determination, Minnie is the anchor that keeps the Beets family grounded. She might not be out in the mud running dredges, but make no mistake, she's the backbone of the operation. From managing the business to keeping the family's home life intact, Minnie balances it all with remarkable composure. Being married to a man as driven as Tony isn't easy. Add the pressures of managing a high-stakes mining business and the limelight of reality TV, and you have a recipe for stress. Yet, Minnie takes it all in stride, ensuring the Beets family functions like a well-oiled machine. Tony and Minnie's 3 children, Kevin, Monica, and Mike, have grown up in the gold rush lifestyle, each carving out their own roles within the family empire. Kevin, the eldest, has been Tony's right-hand man on the mining operations. Learning under his father's watchful eye hasn't been easy. Tony's high expectations and fiery temper have tested Kevin, but over the years, he has stepped into a leadership role, proving he has what it takes to carry the Beets legacy forward. Monica, often seen as the firecracker of the family, brings her own flair to the business. Independent and sharp, she isn't afraid to challenge the status quo, injecting fresh ideas into the operation. Balancing her individuality with her responsibilities in the family business hasn't always been smooth, but Monica's perspective is invaluable as the Beets look to the future. Mike, the quietest of the 3, has been steadily involved behind the scenes. While he might not command as much attention as his siblings, his contributions are no less significant. Mike has had to navigate the challenge of living in his father's shadow while finding his own place in the operation, a balancing act that's far from easy. Becoming a household name has brought the Beets family opportunities they might never have imagined, from financial stability to the ability to undertake ambitious mining projects. However, fame has its downsides. The pressures of reality TV have turned their private struggles into public spectacle. Every mistake, disagreement, and challenge is laid bare for millions to see. For the Beets children, growing up in the spotlight hasn't been simple. They've had to contend with the weight of their family's legacy while striving to forge their own identities. The scrutiny from fans and critics alike adds another layer of complexity to an already demanding lifestyle. Running a gold mining empire is no small feat. It requires relentless hard work, sharp decision-making, and the ability to weather constant setbacks. For Tony, the sacrifices have been significant. Long hours away from home and the unrelenting stress of running a high-risk business have taken their toll, not just on him, but on his entire family. The Beets family has faced numerous challenges over the years, from hefty fines for operating unlicensed equipment to personal losses and internal disagreements. These moments have tested their unity and forced them to confront difficult questions about what truly matters, the business or their bond as a family. A legacy in the making. As the Beets children take on more responsibility, the family is entering a new chapter. Kevin, Monica, and Mike are stepping into leadership roles, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. Together, they are working to uphold Tony's legacy while navigating the challenges of running a multi-million-dollar operation in the public eye. But the story is far from over. The Beets family continues to evolve, proving that even in the high-stakes world of gold mining, the most valuable treasure is the strength of their bond. Through triumphs and tribulations, they've shown that success isn't just about striking gold, it's about forging a path together, no matter the odds.